For those of you that have been watching my UK Citizenship mini-series and have been eagerly waiting the results, well, I did get my approval letter and today is my British Citizenship Ceremony, which is super exciting. I'm going to become British today. It's taken me 6 years and 4 days since I entered the country to become a British citizen, although I did get my visa approved in September, so if you take that into account, it's taken me 6 years, 1 month and 4 days to go through the whole process. But I'm super excited. To celebrate, I'm going to open my bottle of champagne that I got given by one of my old work colleagues, and you've got to have a bit of bubbles to celebrate a momentous occasion like this. So let's get opening. Okay, I suck at opening bottle, it seems. It looked like it was going to be way better experience than this. Ready? Alright, I don't have champagne flutes, unfortunately. I only generally drink red wine, so it's going in a wine glass. Yay! Cheers! I get asked a lot on my videos how long my decision took. So it took exactly 16 days. I had my biometric appointment on the 2nd of September and I had the letter in my hand by the 18th of September. This is just my timeline. Do take into account that everyone's timelines are different and it can take up to 6 months for a decision. I just think I'm extremely lucky to get mine so quickly. In the letter, it explains how to go about getting your British citizenship certificate and how to book a ceremony. So I'll just quickly show you an example of my letter so you know what to expect. This is the letter that I received from the Home Office, and it goes and tells me that I've been invited for a British citizenship ceremony and that my application has been approved. So the steps that I need to complete to have my ceremony and receive my certificate. And then goes into details of what you need to do now and It then goes into details on what to do now, so just go through this and then make sure that you've completed everything. So call the authorities, make sure that all your details are right, and just read through the letter basically. And then it tells you that you must bring the invitation letter to the ceremony, and if not, your ceremony will be postponed and they may request evidence of identification, which they did for mine. It'll also run through a bunch of questions which I will delve into after my ceremony. So you'll see this face again, probably in some different clothing, because I do have to rush to my ceremony now and I thought I would have more time to film this. One thing to mention why I'm all dressed up is that you do have to wear nice clothing to your citizenship ceremony. So I was going to say casual attire, but it's not casual attire. It's basically dress up smartly for the occasion. So I have chosen this white dress. When you call up to book your ceremony, you will be asked whether you want to do it as an individual ceremony or as a group ceremony. So if you do want to do it as an individual ceremony, there will be a cost involved for this. And I can't remember exactly what I was quoted, but it was either 160 or 180 pounds to have my own individual ceremony, or I had to go on a allotted time slot. So for my borough, it was every Tuesday at 10 a.m. On the phone call, they also asked me how many guests I would like to bring. I asked if I could bring 2, so they were added to my registration. Then on the phone, I was asked, do I tend to take an oath or affirmation of allegiance? And I, of course, said that I wanted to take an affirmation of allegiance. If you're having your ceremony in Wales, they will ask you whether you want to take your oath in English or Welsh, so that is something slightly different for Wales. I was also asked if I was happy to shake hands with the mayor. So if you're not comfortable with this, do let them know in advance. Once I'd booked the ceremony, I was advised that I would receive an email 1 week before the ceremony, just explaining what to expect. So I will show you a copy of my email now. This is the email that I received from the council. It's basically reiterating all the details that were in the letter and what I've been explaining throughout the video. Just make sure that you give your email a read over to make sure that you've not missed anything. But it also goes into what will happen with the photography on the day. So my council only took cash or checks, so there was no card payment on the side. And then the types of photos that you could get, and you could also get passport photos on the day, and all the postage was included for free, so you won't get it on that day. It will be sent out to you, and then they included a map so that it was easy to find the location. I'm just going to run you through what to expect during your citizenship ceremony and what happened during mine. Unfortunately, the parts that we did film isn't the best quality, so I can't really just show you clips of that, so I'll just talk you through what happened. Make sure that you do read the approval letter and any additional emails that you get from the local authorities, because it could change for your borough, and I want to make sure that you know what to expect. So definitely read those communications carefully. My citizenship ceremony was held at Bromley Civic Centre. When I arrived at the venue, there were signs around the building guiding me where to go for the ceremony. When I arrived to the room where the ceremony was held, I was greeted by a lovely lady who checked me in. So on the day of the ceremony, you do need to bring your approval letter, and you need to bring some ID with you. They will check that against that, and once they're happy, they will give you a number or tell you where your seat is. Once all of the soon-to-be British citizens and their guests arrive, we were then welcomed and introduced by the host. We were given a few housekeeping rules and what to expect during the day. Once that was covered, we welcomed Councilwoman Cathy in. It's generally either a councilwoman, mayor, or a deputy mayor who will be shaking your hand and giving you your certificate on behalf of the Queen and the government. Councilwoman Cathy then gave a speech and welcomed us as soon-to-be British citizens and just gave us a warm welcome into the community. From there, you either take your oath or affirmation of allegiance. So the room was split into two. One side was taking their oath and one side was taking their affirmation of allegiance. I decided to take an affirmation of allegiance instead of an oath because I'm not very religious, but you can choose either one depending on what suits you. From there, everybody in the room had to give the pledge. So it wasn't just the applicants, it was also the guests in the room. After that was complete, we then all went up one by one to receive our certificate.
Congratulations, Catherine, you're a British citizen. Yes. We welcome you.
Thank you so much.
And we share the same name.
Yeah, I'll do it. Once everyone received their certificate, you will then be welcomed as British citizens and you will sing a verse of the national anthem. After all of that has finished, the ceremony then closes and you're welcomed to have tea and coffee in one of the rooms, while you have a look at the photos that were taken during the ceremony and decide whether you would like to purchase them or not. You can also get passport photos on the day if you wish. So that's it. Literally, the ceremony is about 30 to 45 minutes. It's not that long. I think there was more time waiting for the photography queue than it was during the ceremony. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what to expect. And if you have any other questions, do let me know in the comments below. If you have a biometric residency permit like I do, make sure after your citizenship ceremony that you cut this up and send it back to the Home Office. Failing to do so could end up in £1,000 fine. So I'll leave the address and details below, but it will also state this on your letter, so make sure you read up about this. If you have been watching my mini-series on becoming a British citizen, there will be another video coming out on how to get your British passport. So make sure you hit the bell in the corner below to get notified when this comes out. And congratulations if you've also just become a British citizen. It's a really exciting time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.